Hey everybody. Today I just wanted to move a little bit, move my body, um, loosen things up, just some gentle stuff so I can feel a little bit better. And I thought we could do that together. So I'm going to start sitting in this chair. So if you want to sit in a chair, sit even on the couch or something, or sit on the floor or stand, any of that will work. And then after that, I will stand. So we can do some standing things just a little bit. Then I'm going to sit all the way down on the floor. So you could join me in sitting on the floor, or you could sit in the chair again. You could do all of that, you modify. And then finally, I'll end up lying down on my back, down on the floor. And I hope maybe you'll join me there, or you could modify in a chair as well. I might do more of that in another video, but for today, that's what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll join me. At the end, I'm going to do just a little bit of focus on some breathing. So focusing in the mind and settling the body. And if that's not your thing, you could end, at that point. Or if it is your thing, you're even welcome to stay there and continue for as long as you might like today. Okay? So let's give it a try. So you can sit anywhere you'd like, sitting comfortably. Just going to start with the shoulders, lifting them up to the ears and lowering them down. So a few times, your own pace is fine, just lifting and lowering. Maybe starting to feel your breathing, connecting with the breath, connecting with the body, just becoming aware of sensation and maybe doing it a little bit differently if it doesn't quite feel so good for you, or if your body's asking for something different. And then we'll draw circles. So letting one shoulder go up and around, the other shoulder goes up and around. And your hands might rest on the legs. Maybe they kind of slip and slide as one shoulder goes around and then comes back. Again, whatever works for you is totally fine. And then we'll try reversing those circles. So whatever way you went first probably felt a little bit natural. And then see if you can reverse it. So going the opposite direction might feel a little bit awkward. It doesn't matter. We're just getting the things moving and loosened up a little bit. And then we'll let the shoulders rest, maybe shake that out a little bit. Your hands can rest wherever you like. We'll move the head, so first just side to side. Exploring range of motion, noticing any sensations. But just gently moving, not forcing anything. Looking over one shoulder, through the center to the other, keeping the nose and chin level if you can. And then stopping in the center, we'll let the chin drop toward the chest, so lowering the chin. And first just holding the head in this lowered position. So notice if there's any sensation here, maybe the back of the neck. Keep that in mind as you keep the head in that lowered shape, maybe moving the head a little tiny bit side to side. This could feel very easy, or if there is some tension there, it might feel challenging or uncomfortable. So take note of what your body is saying. If it feels okay, we move this into more of a U shape, where maybe one ear rolls a little closer toward the shoulder, and then rolls down the chin through the center and over toward the other side. You get to choose. Maybe it's just slow, small, smooth, or maybe that becomes a little bit bigger. You could even choose to go all the way around in a circle, but definitely trying to keep it slow and steady. And then we'll let the chin come back down toward the chest, let the head hang in the middle, and then bring the head up. We might do a few circles of both shoulders up and around and the other way. Maybe shake that out a little bit. And letting your hands rest maybe on the legs, maybe on your chair. If you're sitting in a chair, we'll let the right arm or one arm, either way, reach out to the side, up and over, nice and long as we reach up to the ceiling, the sky, and leaning, reaching to the opposite side. A little bit of support from the bottom hand. And then reach up, up, up as we come back, center. We'll try the other side, reaching the arm up, 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 and over. Feeling the hip anchored down as we reach up and out of the shoulder. Good. Reach up to come back up. Let's do that again. Reaching out, reaching up, leaning up and over. A breath. Reach up to come up. And then one more here. Reach out, reach up, lengthening that side of the body. Good. And then coming up. Again, anytime you might want to roll or shake things out, totally fine. Next, letting the chin drop to the chest again. And this time we'll round the spine, feel the pelvis tucking under. We're rounding the back. It's our cat shape. And then we'll sit up nice and tall, opening the shoulders, lifting the chest, lengthening. It's like our cow shape, taking a breath. Do that again. Adjust your seat whenever you might need to. So rounding, curving the spine. Maybe you even feel the back of the chair. And then lifting, lengthening, arching, taking a breath. Feel free to continue that and even go at your own pace, your own timing. Another option here would be to add the arms. So when we round the spine, our cat shape, reach the arms forward out in front of you. And then as we lift up into the cow shape, lift the arms up overhead, maybe open them wide, straight or bent, it doesn't matter. Same thing again, so rounding our cat shape, reaching forward. Lifting up with the arms and the body, and then opening. Not forcing anything. Good. Maybe take one or two more at your own pace. And then again, find your center. And we'll stand up out of our seats. So I'm going to move mine. We'll step with our feet underneath us. Well, maybe a little bit wider than hip width. And take a bend and straighten to the knees. Feel how your feet are taking your weight as you do this and as you shift. And then maybe when your knees are bent, take that bend and then shift the weight. So just going side to side. Again, always listening up for sensations, what the body is saying to us, so that we know if there's something we need to adjust. Because if it's not working for you, please don't do it. We'll change it, adjust it, maybe make it smaller, maybe skip it. Anything is okay. Then I'm going to shift my feet so one is a little bit further ahead of the other. And then do the same thing, a bend in both knees. Feel that out. And then again, shifting the weight, this time forward and back. My hands are resting on my body, but they could be out for balance. That might help. And then we'll shift the feet the opposite way. So a little bit apart and a little bit staggered. Again, adjust. Finding both knees bent, see how that feels. And then see about navigating forward and back toward the toes, toward the heels. See what fires up for you. Good. Now we'll step the feet a little bit wider and take a little bit of a bend in both knees. We'll see about the hips going side to side. Yep, just sticking them out one way, sticking them out the other side. And you could keep doing that. Or see about making a circle all the way around. It is a slow motion hula hoop. You probably have your feet a little bit closer together, but it's the same thing. Taking your time, maybe especially on the way around to the front, open up the front of the hips. And then whenever you're ready, change directions. Again, if this doesn't work, if there's a place that doesn't quite go through, that you need to avoid, just avoid that. Maybe go back and forth around that spot. And then stepping the feet together. Maybe not all the way together, whatever together means for you. Standing up nice and tall, always shaking anything out as you might feel will help you. Standing nice and tall, just feeling everything align. So imagining your skeleton, all the bones stacking up over each other to hold your weight upright. Maybe even closing the eyes for a second to just feel that sensation of the feet being grounded, but extending your spine. The top of the head goes up toward the ceiling. Taking a breath. And then reaching both arms up overhead. And then bringing them back down to the side. Either arm reaches out to the side, up, 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 and over, a nice long reach, like we did when we were sitting. Maybe the weight of your body shifts over a little bit. And then coming back up, growing tall as we come down. Other side reaches up, 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 and over, nice and long. The foot anchors down as we reach up. And coming back to the center. We'll do both arms reaching up overhead. And then bringing the arms back down to the side. Find yourself centered on your feet again, nice and tall. Taking a few breaths here. Awesome. Let's come down to the floor. You could always sit in your chair or even on the couch maybe for this next section. If you'd like to get down to the floor, if you can, that's another option for you. Sitting, however, feels comfortable, maybe cross-legged, maybe with one leg out is okay. We're going to move the upper body around the lower body. So taking your weight with your hands, however you might need. Nice circle of the torso around the hips. And the other way too. And then we'll bring the feet, the legs out, extended, maybe to some shape that looks like a V. So maybe close, maybe a little bit wider. Doesn't matter, it's up to you. And then same thing with the upper body, so hands might move a little bit. We're just going to think about making that circle around with the upper body, as maybe that V hopefully keeps you feel anchored so you're not going to feel too tippy. And we're just moving through a gentle little bit of a stretch, maybe through the backs of the legs as we're doing that. And then the other way too. So try that, just nice and gentle. Taking the weight with the hands. Finding yourself in the center, adjust your position if you might like. This time we'll just see about adding a little bit more of the stretch for the back of the legs. So taking my weight a little bit forward, I'm just going to go side to side this time. So shifting out one way, shifting to the other side. Maybe the hands just stay out to the side. Maybe they walk along with you. And if you're really flexible, You could be going all the way out past your toes. If you're not looking for that today, or if that doesn't work for your body, keep it as high as you might like, as you might need to, as it might be appropriate. But again, we're just trying to keep some gentle swaying movement, not forcing anything too strong. Breathing. And then taking the weight with your hands behind you, we'll just do some flex and point of the feet, the toes. So if you can try to articulate through the ball of the foot, through the toes come back, the ankles flex, a little bit of that, and maybe even a circle or some, I'm doing, it's like a U shape I'm drawing with my toes, kind of in together and out to the side, or maybe a little bit of a circle there. Finally, I'm going to lie back down onto my back. Join me there. Take your time if you might like. I'm going to bend my knees so that my feet are planted into the floor. My arms are down by my side. As I arrive here, I'm just going to gently move my head side to side. Notice if your shoulders are really close to your ears, maybe you can reach the fingertips toward the heels so that the shoulders make a little more space. And then I'm going to draw my right knee up and toward my chest, or maybe a little more toward the shoulder, holding on anywhere that you can grab, whether it's behind the thigh or on the shin. You could always use a strap or a belt, something to help you hold on to the leg. Taking a breath here. And then you could stay right here or extend the leg somewhere up toward the ceiling. So letting go of it or holding on, it doesn't matter. Knee can be bent. It does not have to be straight. We're just pushing the heel up toward the sky. And then bend the knee back down. Hold on to it. Here's an option of lifting up the head so that it comes up toward the knee. Taking a breath here as you're hugged into a ball on one side. And then lowering the head, lowering the foot. Try the other side. Knee comes hugged into the chest. Holding here, finding some breath. Letting the back of the body rest against the floor. And then you could stay here, or this is where we might let go. Extend the leg up in the air. So maybe the heel is what's aiming for the sky. It doesn't matter if it's bent or straight. We're just extending the leg somewhere up above. Another breath. And then bend the knee, hug the leg close. Here's your option of lifting the head toward the knee, rounding up toward the knee with the forehead, the nose. And then slowly lowering the head, lowering the foot. The feet will get a little bit wider. If you have a mat, it's a little bit toward the edges of the mat. My arms go out wide. I'm going to let the knees start to wobble, just a little side to side. And then if it feels okay, they lower. Maybe it's gradually, one side at a time, toward the floor. Take it nice and slow here, this windshield wiper motion. It's not about going fast, it's about loosening up the joints, which just goes slow today. Feeling through that end range at the bottom, maybe letting the knee rest when you get there. And then we'll pause when the knees are up to the sky. And you could stay right here, maybe finding your arms out wide or resting on your belly. Your legs could stay bent, or maybe they would straighten out long on the floor. And you're welcome to actually end here. Or maybe you'll stay in this posture or something that's really comfortable and restful to you. And bring your awareness to your breathing. Notice the breath in and the breath out. Maybe feeling the rise and fall of your chest or your belly. And either just stay with the observation of the breath, or see if we can slow the breath down just a little bit. So if it was 1 second in, 1 second out, maybe it can be 1.5 or 2 seconds. Notice in the rest of the body, did anything start to get tense? Can we adjust so that we're still nice and soft and restful? Practicing your breath. You are welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Whenever you are ready, take your time coming out of the shape that you have rested in. Gradually bringing movement, small movements. Maybe bringing the knees into the chest. Perhaps you'd roll over on one side and take your time before you might push yourself back up to a seated position. I hope you enjoyed this practice we did together today. I hope your body feels a little bit better. Maybe your mind and your emotions feel a little bit better too. Hope to see you again soon.